Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. And somebody bought this hinge box lid and it came to them in either millimeters or centimeters, and they need to change it to inches to get to 1/8 inch plywood, which is roughly 0.125. Plywoods vary from manufacturer to manufacturer. Even in the same manufacturer, they're going to be a little bit off. So the only thing you need to change, you don't need to change the box size. I mean, this thing is 10 inches, 10.5 by 8.25 inches. Unless you need to change the box size, let me know. You've got my email. But all you need to do is change the male tabs. The structure, the sides, even the holes will match up. You just need to change the male parts. So we've got 0.157 minus 0.125 equals 0.032. So we're going to set our nudge factor on 0.032. We're going to take the shape tool and select both ends of that male part and move it down, and now I got 0.125. And all you have to do is do that. It's a little bit tedious. That one probably doesn't matter, but just, grab your shape tool, grab your item, and go up this time. It's a lot easier when there's a bunch of them on this side because you can do them all at one time. Just make sure you've got, and you don't move anything else. So grab your shape tool. I would start on the outside and just move in, and you'll see them all blue. And then I'm going to hit the left arrow key. Now, well, that's not true on this one because they are a little bit different, because this one's got the other one's got a hole. So I'm going to go left. I'm going to go up. I'm going to go down. And all you have to do is do the male parts. You don't have to do the female parts. Well, wait a minute. You might have to. Let's see. Yeah, you are, because it'll be sticking out too far. So let's get the parallel dimension tool. Yep. Well, it's a little bit less. It's 1.5. So we might want to look at that in a second. I want to make sure the drawing is equal all the way around. Wow. So we had 1.57 a while ago, and now we only have 1.5 on those two parts. That should not be true. So I think she was actually trying to do something here. They all need to be 1.52. So let's just measure and make sure we got 1.52, or yeah, we got 1.52. So you're just going to have to do these parts a little different and do the females too. So we got 1.5. So we need to just move this 0.025. But this time you want to take it and grab these two and go up. Now you got 0.125. And I would check every measurement. This matters more than the male parts do. The male parts can stick out, and you could actually, see now we got 1.25. They can be sanded off. So, and if you look, these are identical pieces, except for they're flipped over. So really and truly, you only have to do one side, one part. I'm going to take all the males and see I've got them all blue. I'm going to nudge them over. Now I'm just going to double check. Parallel dimension tool. We got 1.25. Now what I said, we've got this one done. You don't have to do this one. You've got a copy of it right there. Just hit the plus key on your keyboard and move it over, and it's done. The joints in the middle don't matter. This might stick out a little bit more than it should, But let's just test it. Let's take a 2-point line and go from that node to that node and just measure this. See, you've got a little bit of slop there, but that could be good or could be bad. You could lower that a little bit. You could move that. Remember we had 0.032, because you're gonna, probably sand it anyway. So in this case, to make it all work better, let me get rid of this for a second. You can grab this with the shape tool and nudge it in. Grab all this and nudge it in. And now we'll make one more measurement. 1.25. You might want to have a little bit of extra there, because this is going to be the thickness of the wood right here. So you could actually nudge that up, just a minute 0.01, and just take that box and just nudge it up just a hair. Now you got 1/10, a little bit bigger, to give you some room, and don't forget to take away that line. That should work. Just make those joints, because we didn't change the width of the, it doesn't matter how thick the board is, it's still going to fit in there. So if you grab this and put it right there, you can see that the male's a little thicker, but that's taking away the curve. You got to think about the curve. Now, with any project like this, what I do is I'm going to test some cuts. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to Control D and make a duplicate. And you need to practice on setting your duplicate distance on 0, 0. And there, I've got plenty of video. So now you have a complete set that you can destroy. And what I like to do is take the rectangle tool, take my Smart Fill tool, fill that in, and then left click, right click in red for a hairline, and then do the same thing here. Take the Smart Fill tool, fill that in, left click, right click, and then on a scrap piece of plywood that you're going to use, cut out those two joints and see if that doesn't fit. If it's too tight, we can work on it a little bit. I'll help you with that too. But it should fit. You want it snug. You're still going to glue it lightly, and that is going to be a tight one. So we might have to work on that too. So I would test. So you've only wasted a little bit of wood compared to all this wood, and then find out later that it's too big or just doesn't fit together. I'm just trying, there they are. The only other thing would be this hole, and that shouldn't really matter, because if we take the parallel dimension tool and measure that joint, we got 0.57, and as long as the hole is 0.57, we're good to go. Yeah, so the hole is actually bigger, which is good. Now, the only thing I would do, this is a little rough, and it doesn't really matter. And like I said, you only have to change one of them. If you have X7, well, you do, because that's what you stated on Facebook. Smooth this out a little bit. Make it look a little cleaner, a little more smooth, even on that. It should not throw off your drawing. And then just remember to take away that one, hit the plus key on your keyboard, and make a duplicate of that. Now you've got two equal, smoother parts. Anyway, I hope that answered the question, and thank you for watching.